Ja, Alex Vargas alltså, denna danska artist som har slagit worldwide och nu är han alltså aktuell med albumet Cohere. Vi kommer ta den här intervjun på engelska för att undvika språkförbistringar i danskan och svenskan. Welcome to Nyhetsmorgon in Sweden.
Thank you very much.
You have often been described as a very passionate artist. Can you remember when music became a passion for you?
Yeah, I think, well, really when I got my first guitar and started writing songs, I think I realized what it very quickly became a very important way of expressing myself. It was something I grew very attached to very quickly. Yeah. I was around 15, yeah.
I know that when you were young, there was another passion that sort of fought with music. It was football, which was a big part of your life. Yeah. When did music win that fight, and why?
It was quite, to be honest, it was quite a short overlap. I started playing football when I was very young, like a lot of Danish boys. I dreamt of being a professional football player, and when I was 12, I was in my first musical. I used to be a theatre kid, and after a month of rehearsals there, I knew I wanted to be on stage. Before I'd even actually properly been in front of an audience, there was something about just performing. Mm-hmm. And when I was 13, I think I quit football. Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick translation for those who don't understand English. Vi pratar om hans passion för musiken och det faktum att när han var liten så hade han också ytterligare en passion som många andra, fotboll. Men när han var 12 så fick han tillfälle att vara med i en musikal och redan under repetitionerna så fattade han att det här var vad han ville göra. Så att vid 13 års ålder så slutade han med fotbollen och satsade helt på musiken. Today you are extremely popular worldwide. What is it, do you think, with your music that attracts the masses?
Well, it's kind of a hard question to answer when you're the one that makes the music, because there's a good chance of sounding big-headed. But what I can go by, obviously, is the response I get from fans and the messages I get and just the general response. And people tend to relate, I suppose. People tend to they tend to speak about my lyrics with great passion, and they quite often they feel like they can apply it to something in their life, which is a huge compliment as a songwriter.
Yeah. And now this album, Cohere, can you tell us a little bit about the title?
Yeah, well, Cohere is from the title track Cohere, which is a song in 3 parts on the album, and I've been playing that song live for a really long time and never figured out a way of recording it. So, but finally figured out a way. I basically, whilst on tour, asked my sound engineer to start recording it, and then took those live recordings into the studio and built it around that. Because it was so long, I split it in 3, and it was one of the last songs to actually get on to make the album. And given that Cohere means to at hänga samman, I found it made sense to spread that song over the album and make that the sort of red thread that goes through all the tracks. And so the song Cohere gives the album Cohere coherence, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, you are an artist that performs on really big stages around the world. What goes through your mind when you hear about the thing that happened in Manchester this week?
Well, obviously it's terrible. It's absolutely awful, particularly for the families affected by it. I think it's important, however, to remember that as soon as we let things like that interrupt our daily routines, or if we let it interrupt us in following our dreams and continuing with our lives, that's when that's when these people really win. And I'm not speaking about any particular culture or color or religion of any sort. It's just, I believe that there is a responsibility from the people, those of us with a moral compass.
We are running out of time.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Vi kommer snart tillbaka.